First of all, I'd just like to say welcome to everyone and thanks for coming the distances that you have. Our role here today is not an easy task, as we say our farewells to a mother, grandmother and sister. We should be confident in the fact that we are here to reunite two wonderful partners as we lay Norma to rest, Norma Marion Sampey to rest beside her great love, John Leonard Sampey, or as we used to name Jack. Norma Marion Sampey was born in the little town of Motahora in 1932 and spent most of her life growing up in and around the Gisborne districts. I always remember Mum telling the story of their wedding breakfast, which consisted of fish and chips on the back of one of Dad's trucks. Mum already had a young daughter, Marion, from her first marriage, and of course Dad fell in love with her too, and they were married, not the daughter, but my mother, and they were married for 47 years. In life, Norma became very interested in what they call the truth. As we know it, this is the Jehovah's Witness faith. And soon after, so did Jack. They became Jehovah's Witnesses in 1958, and soon afterward took it as part of their life's quest to devote themselves to serving where the need was greater, as they like to call it, or serving where the church needed them to be. This meant that in 1962 they moved from Gisborne to Shannon. In 1966 they went to Inglewood. In 1968 back to Stratford, and then in 1972 Gisborne, then in 79 to Wellington, and finally to Whangarei in 1988. So a lot of tripping around. What is a mum? A mum is one of life's best gifts, someone to treasure a life. She's loving and caring, thoughtful and true. Someone who is always a special part of your life. Someone who holds a prime place in your heart. She's a mentor, a confidant, and also a friend. Someone whose love you can always depend on. A mum will always have your best interests at heart. She's someone so dear and so good. She's a blessing, she's a gift. She's a treasure like no other. She's someone that's truly wonderful. Wherever you go and whatever you do, a mum's love will always see you through. A mum is truly invaluable, indispensable and unforgettable. We wouldn't want anyone else but you.
Just a few little memories I have. As an adult, probably my fondest memory is when she made my bridal gown. I've still got that. Her and I used to love bargain hunting. We'd go to second-hand shops and garage sales. In more recent times, my little foxy buddy, we used to take him down to the rest home to visit Mum. Sometimes I think she liked visiting him more than me, actually. She really loved his visits. We would take her out to lunch.
Mum was truly a mother to us. She wasn't perfect, but none of us that are mothers are perfect. And as we get older and our children start growing up and we have to deal with all the problems that come with children growing up, we realise how hard being a mother is. And a lot of the memories that you have that you think initially are, what a horrible thing for Mum to have done to us, and that later on you realise it was her either correcting you or trying to just show you a better way, or not to be so rebellious, or mainly to keep you out of harm's way. And that was what Mum did.
We hear the expression often today about being your authentic self. And people pride themselves and take pride in other people for being their authentic self. In this area, I think Mum was ahead of her time. The other thing that I really admire her for, two things. One, at a time when you should have been thinking about what other people thought, she married a man who gave us a beautiful sister, but nothing else. And at a time when she could not either financially or socially leave him, she did, for herself and for her little girl. that was such a big thing to do in those days.
We also pray that we also are remembered by you, by our good works, and also the encouragement in our families that we have.
I guess, we're all here. The weather says it all, doesn't it? How our hearts are feeling. But we should all be pleased that Norma's back with her love of her life, Jack. And we should be pleased for that. So, if Marion would like to come forward.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey.
Clean the space.
Oh, cleanliness is next to godliness, you know that, eh?
Otherwise get mud in the car.
Yeah, otherwise they wouldn't be godly. Nice. He's quite young too, that person.
This one?
Yeah. Probably died young, eh?
Not young enough.